Do you believe in the supernatural? Well, I do, and I especially believe in benign spirits who will once us, those who love, grieve, and remember well into their afterlife. In Vietnamese culture, we reminisce our beloved deceased ones in a symbolic ritual. On their death anniversary, we invite them for a night of social gathering with the living through the act of offering food, incense, and praying. But when this sacred tradition appears in games, they often utilize a horror game mechanic. Today, let's explore the other side of death and how it can offer soothing emotions in the space of narrative-driven games. Culture has long inspired game creators through both authentic portrayals and creative interpretations. This is evident in titles such as Zelda with its hints at Shintoism, Never Alone in its collaboration with the Inupiaq people, or Ghost of Tsushima with its respectful portrayal of Japanese traditions. Indeed, games can provide cultural heritage learning opportunities through their engaging nature. However, across media, supernatural themes typically fall into horror or comedy, with sacred rituals often portrayed as mysterious, eerie, or threatening. So, I see an opportunity to foster cultural understanding both for younger Vietnamese generations and international audiences through games. In Vietnamese death anniversaries, families gather to honor deceased loved ones by offering their favorite foods, burning incense, and praying. These rituals provide comfort, easing grief while offering opportunities for remembrance and connections. However, Vietnamese horror games like The Death, Thanh Trung, and The Scourge, Tai Ương incorporate funeral costumes, myths, and other legends into puzzle-based gameplay, recontextualizing the sacred ritual of remembrance as horror elements rather than honoring the original cultural significance. In The Death, players light incense and pray to escape the room. And in The Scourge, players perform the ritual with dialogue, highlighting its significance. On the other hand, Spiritfarer and The Mortician's Tale demonstrate death's gentler side. A Mortician's Tale is a narrative game where players prepare bodies for funerals based on their family wishes, while learning about diverse cultural practices through in-game emails. The game's soothing and respectful approach to death emphasizes honoring different backgrounds and the deceased's preferences. Spiritfarer guides spirits to the afterlife through management gameplay, blending cultural elements like Japanese architecture and Charon's fairy. With Miyazaki-inspired visuals, it offers a gentle space to explore loss and mortality through meaningful connections. In conclusion, Vietnamese horror games use authentic and sacred traditions to evoke fear, while cozy death-themed games create cathartic experiences, showing how games can elicit strong emotional responses. But what happens when we combine these constructing approaches? Remnants of Our Days is a 3D exploration game reimagining Vietnamese death anniversary traditions as cozy gameplay mechanics. Set in the afterlife realm, where spirits' memories slowly fade away, player takes on the role of soul mender, helping wandering spirits reunite with their ghost pets while uncovering memories of their own lost cat, Mew. The game transformed the death anniversary ritual into mechanics of remembrance rather than fear. While traditional Vietnamese altars feature food offerings, in this game, players place meaningful mementos found through scattered memories and the chrysanthemum flower, the same type commonly used on real altars. Every placement becomes an act of longing, every reunion a celebration that transcends death. I developed the game demo over 12 weeks with minimal experience, 3 weeks for writing the main story and storyboards, 4 weeks of tutorials on Blender and Unity, and the remaining weeks were spent creating assets for all 4 levels and build the intro and first level. Future plans include the other levels, hand-painted assets, and traditional Vietnamese puzzle elements. For the current demo, the summoning mechanic transforms real Vietnamese practices while keeping the essence intact. Through this practice-based research, 3 key things emerge. First, cultural authenticity comes from integration, not decoration. The bottom hat isn't just cosmetic. It's tied directly to the ritual as a magical hat with inner markings for the summoning. Butterfly printed spirit clocks reflect Vietnamese beliefs about souls appearing as butterflies. Second, death-themed games can comfort instead of terrify through thoughtful design decisions. My goal was to create a safe space for reflecting on mortality, and players found the experience both soothing and emotionally resonant, exactly as intended. Third, sacred traditions can be adapted into gameplay while preserving their core meaning. This requires carefully translating rituals into interactive elements. Early playtesting suggests the Vietnamese cultural elements resonate with players, though further testing is needed. This model could help developers authentically portray cultural traditions in games, as demonstrated by how Remnants of Our Days proves that games could be a vessel for cultural memory. turning ancient rituals of remembrance into new forms of connections. But this project exists within a larger movement. As Vietnamese experience a resurgence of interest in traditional practices, games can emerge as powerful bridges between generations. Vietnamese artists across all mediums are proudly showcasing the cultural heritage, and interactive experiences offer something unique: the ability to let players inhabit these traditions rather than simply observing them. Reimagining Vietnamese death anniversary practices as cozy gameplay mechanics opens new paths for cultural understanding, showing that spiritual traditions need not be frightening. Games can authentically represent these traditions while helping players from all backgrounds connect with their deeper meaning. And after all, perhaps the supernatural isn't something to fear, but something that reminds us of connections that transcends even death itself.